Some of you may have noticed a change to my streaming schedule. That's because I started something new. I started a challenge that I hope will get me to where I want to be. Now, streaming as much as I have been, and I'll get to how much I will be streaming, isn't just going to magically make things better. There is a plan behind it. First, I want to do more than just tutorials. I want to focus on game development and skill development. So I have a whole lot of skill in software development. I've been doing it since middle school and in 15 years of my professional life, but I haven't been putting enough skill points in creativity and art. And in fact, a year ago, I was actually doing pretty well here on the platform. And then I moved, and if you know what happened next. And before the platform, I actually did a whole lot of creative things when I was a kid, when I first fell in love with game development, before I entered the world of corporate development. So recently, I was reflecting that I haven't been putting enough time and intentional practice into game development and art and this style I want to create. I have goals and aspirations, and the only way I'm ever going to achieve them is if I am being way more consistent and honestly taking it more seriously than I have been. I was pretty comfortable, and that needs to change. So my goals have not really changed since I started this channel. It just feels like now I'm actually going after it, and I've got to get used to being uncomfortable. So what are my goals? Well, first, it's to build these games that I have been thinking about for so many years. Before even the channel came out, I said, these are the games I want to make. And that list has changed a bit, but it's been pretty much the same. But I'd always say, I can't do it because I need to be better. I need to build a tutorial. I would say I was in tutorial hell for myself to create tutorials for everyone else to say I'm good enough. That's got to change. I want to create my own style that stands out, is unique to me, and it just screams Hex. And finally, I want to create solutions for creators around the world. I want to make things that helps them make a difference, make their content easier, helps indie developers have a fighting chance against AAA studios without having to have a $1 million budget, and build a community where we can build each other up instead of breaking each other down. How do I even think about obtaining that? Current issue I found is consistency. I'm pretty good in software development because I've spent the time to be consistent, to practice, to train, to improve. With game development, I've kind of just done it in spurts, but then there was always a gap in between that didn't let me build on that experience and get to where I need to. It's like I have all these bricks and I'm trying to put them together. And before, I was trying to put massive bricks and climb them up, and then it was just not something I could do consistently. It was way too much work, and I'd burn myself out, and I would stop. And then it'd be a long time before I got started again, and I wasn't able to do it because it just felt so much to do. So we're gonna start and do smaller bricks. That smaller brick is to stream every single day until GDC 2026. That's March 9th. And in those streams, make it a point to move something forward in my art, in these videos, in game development, and just constantly build up that skill. Small, tiny bricks. Now, there will be exceptions. I am gonna have to travel, and there's gonna be holidays where I cannot stream as much as I want to. So those are gonna be safe skip days that we're already accepting in the beginning. But other than that, every single day. And I'm doing pretty good. We're 4 days streak right now. But the other point isn't to burn out. It's to have fun. It's to find the joy and find the fun in all of this in the first place. To get back to what I fell in love with. I didn't fall in love with making tutorials. I love creating tutorials and making it better for someone, but there's more to it. I want to create amazing things. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting a video every Friday on YouTube. Here, whether it be one of these kinds of videos, a devlog, a tutorial, any of those kinds of things, to make sure I'm keeping my editing skills up, being creative, and again, trying to make it fun, and doing more than just tutorials. We can have fun, we can make game dev stuff, we can make a difference and improve our skills. Really quickly, I am working on a game right now. This game is like a mashup of Geometry Wars and Just Shapes and Beats to create this intense rhythmic bullet hell shoot 'em up game. But I also want it to be the start of my design language for my style, using simple shapes and kind of just not worrying about extra complications like how to have a figure, proportions of a character, and down to basics, but still trying to create that design style that I have in my head that I want to create and share with everybody. And I'm hoping this wild, crazy game will be a really good, small, and fun game that we can get released before the end of the year. The other thing is, even though it's great to have goals, I want to create rewards for hitting targets. I want to put in some rewards for hitting the streaming platform goals. Now, when I go live, whether there's one person or 1,000, that isn't what I'm looking for. What I want is an amazing community. We can share, have fun, build amazing things, and just be a safe place for us to be awesome and create. But another way you're making it, that you're growing, and that eventually this is something I could do full time, is to see if you're growing in those platforms. What I've done is thrown some reward ideas out for everybody. The first reward is if I have 500 followers on Twitch and 5K subscribers on YouTube. I've always been curious about the other Pokemon games. I really have only played the Fire Red and a little bit of the Pikachu one, and I've know nothing about the other ones. So my plan is to play all of the Pokemon games on stream, and the chat can vote on which version, like Sword or Shield, not both. And then on top of that, I'm going to create an asset kit for catching monsters and an associated tutorial to go with it. The second reward is for hitting 1,000 followers on Twitch and 10K subscribers on YouTube. In a similar style, I haven't played all of the Zelda games, and I kind of want to go and do that, starting with A Link to the Past, which is my favorite one, and play them all on stream as well. I will skip the multiplayer versions. I will create an action-adventure asset kit and an associated tutorial. I do have rewards for 3 and 4, but let's just focus on the first 2 and make those happen, and then we can worry about those other goals and continue on with that. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really wanted to make this quick. Let's all go be awesome and chase our goals and passions. Stay awesome.